Fox News alert now. The House has overwhelmingly rejected a new spending deal, despite it being backed by Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
What's the play tomorrow?
What's the plan?
Stay tuned.
Well, we keep hearing that. You gonna run another bill tomorrow, though?
We'll see.
South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman voted no on the latest bill, along with 37 of his Republican colleagues, and he joins me now. Congressman, why were you a no?
Well, a couple of things, Todd. The original bill was 1,547 pages long, and the second bill was 661 pages long. Would anybody, given 12 hours to read that, sign that? Secondly, negotiating the debt limit was thrown in at the last minute. I just disagree with that. I'm not going to mortgage the future of the country, and I just disagree with Mike Johnson that we run it down to the last minute. We've got today at 12 o'clock midnight is when the government shuts down if we don't have an agreement. I've seen this playbook before. You take your time, you negotiate it, and I think this will be the last time that we are in this position waiting this long. So, I support Donald Trump and everything he's doing. He saved the country. But this last spending spree, I can justify that to constituents all over the country all day long.
We hear all this talk, like you said, about a shutdown before Christmas. Seems like it happens every year, every other a couple years. In reality, what does a shutdown mean for the average American watching this at home right now?
Shutdown means you pay essential services. Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare payments go out. You can have a limited shutdown, Todd. You can pay military benefits, you can put airline personnel, but the essential services shut down. The parks are one that the cleanup of those don't. But we can vote and have, line item limited shutdown and work this thing, take the time to work this thing out. It shouldn't come down to this. A gun is to our head, but I would argue the gun is to the head of the American people of mortgaging our future. And you're not in that. You shouldn't be in that position.
Do you think there's a deal by tonight?
In talking to Mike Johnson, I don't know. He seems to think that President Trump wants a shutdown. So I don't know. But, when you think of it, you think, government comes to a halt. No, government comes to a halt until we work out a sensible deal that saves the American taxpayers from borrowing money, opening up the printing press. And that's just, that's common sense to me. And you're not put in that position to have to read that many pages in a matter of hours. You just don't do that.
You mentioned Speaker Johnson. A lot of speculation as to what all this means for his future. Will you support Mike Johnson for Speaker going forward?
Look, I like Mike. I've told him I disagree with the way this played out. And we'll see. There's nobody else who's volunteered for the job. Mike will be running for Speaker, and we'll see how it plays out. An hour in politics is a lifetime. So we'll see how this ends up. If a shutdown happens, how does he handle it? How much does he assemble us to come up with a deal? So I like him personally, and I'm not going to criticize him, but I totally disagree with the way this was handled.
But are you concerned that Republicans will weaken their mandate in Washington going forward if you have a messy Speaker battle?
No, look, we've got to get this thing right. And, McCarthy being ousted was the right thing. I think Mike Johnson is honest. He tells us the truth. There are no side deals. But he just played this wrong. Okay. And I think if you always can learn by your mistakes, and I think he will. But he's going to have to get us in a room and iron this thing out. Not everybody's going to get what they want. But for the pork that was in this bill, for the spending with no offsets, you've got to have offsets. The only thing this Biden administration did well was give us things to cut. And you just can't keep adding to the debt, and that's the heart of the situation.
Before we let you go, Senator Mike Lee says the Speaker of the House should be Vivek Ramaswamy or Elon Musk. Your thoughts?
It's two of the most successful business people I know. They would do well in anything. If they would want that job, let them throw the hat in the ring, and we'll see what happens.
That seems like the most thankless job, not only in all of D.C., but one of the most thankless jobs in the world. Mike Johnson has it now. We'll see for how long. Ralph Norman, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.